For decades, the Predator formula has been if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But what if that very philosophy has been holding the franchise back? We're diving deep into why the latest Predator movies are actually crucial stepping stones that push the boundaries of what a Predator story can be. You might be surprised at what truly makes these new hunts so compelling. In the 80s and 90s, masculinity was on a tear. Biceps were everywhere, G.I. Joes and Contra were being played by kids and adults alike, and pecs were bulging on TVs across the nation. People didn't show too much emotion in the action movies of the day. If they wanted to express themselves, they flexed harder.
Son of a bitch.
Us 90s kids were raised on this excess. We spoke softly but carried big super soakers. Courageous, strong, Ford tough. I ate it up. I too plan to be a stoic, muscle-bound badass.
I want to bump you up.
But for all that bravado, there was one monster that absolutely gutted my courage. The Predator.
Get to the chopper!
I watched the original movie in the 90s with my old man, who thought I'd be into the cool monster design and peak Arnold. I loved Arnold. The Terminator? Hell yeah. Terminator 2? That's my shit.
Hasta la vista, baby.
He's in Predator, you say. Turn that bad boy on, Dad. But Predator was different. This wasn't a power fantasy. It was humiliation, fear, stalking, and bodies being pulled into trees. It was a horror fairy tale. All the big tough guys with their cool one-liners and their giant machine guns, they were getting picked off one by one. Actually, Dad, turn this one off. The creature design was otherworldly. Its methods were sadistic. I watched from under a blanket. But here's the funny thing about getting older. Nothing is scarier than reality.
Hey, everybody, an old man's talking.
So the other day, I saw Predator Badlands. And you know what? Change can be good.
Oh, shit!
Sup, folks? My name is Johnny, and welcome to the Fourth Wall Break, where I tell stories about stories. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop. The Predator franchise is older than me, but the stories within it haven't really deviated too far from the original. Why? Well, for one, it created a great formula. A technologically advanced alien hunts humans. Sometimes it hunts xenomorphs. The franchise has since become a genre type rather than a movie series that evolves the type of stories it tells. If it ain't broke, don't break it, as Lil Wayne said. But the real answer? Change can be scary. Studio execs rarely break the mold of an IP. They'll squeeze it dry first with reboots and reimagines before they let it die. I was affected by that fear too. As a fan, when I first saw the trailer for Predator Badlands, I thought, why is this Yautja look like this? Another deviation like they did with Prey? Oh, what? He's the lead this time? Oh, brother, they are desperate for ideas. This wasn't a traditional Predator movie at all. How dare they try something new? New? Then it dawned on me. Change is good. Change is awesome. It's scary, especially when it comes out of nowhere, but damn it, when it comes to a movie franchise that's been fresh out of novel ideas, bring on the change. Hell yeah, we want more. So does this new version of an iconic 80s movie monster understand how to grow the franchise with the rest of us? If you haven't seen Predator or any of its sequels, here's a light recap. Predator came out in '87 when I was about a year old. So did I see it in theaters? Clearly not, but knowing my parents, I should probably ask to make sure. It was directed by John McTiernan, who went on to direct the equally legendary Die Hard a year later.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
The movie stars Arnold Schwarzenegger in an iconic role as Dutch, an elite mercenary that leads a group of equally cool badasses. Said badasses are dispatched one by one in gruesome ways by an unseen force in a tropical jungle. Who's hunting these guys down for sport? The Predator, or Yautja, an advanced alien species that hunts deadly life forms for game. The movie feels as sticky and humid as I'm sure it felt shooting on location. It's also very poetic and dreamlike in parts. It's honestly a very unique action movie from that era. A classic. Now's a good time to say Predator movies vary in quality. We got a sequel a few years later starring Danny Glover, and this one places the Predator in an urban environment undergoing a gang war. It's bombastic, way more energetic, and just as hot feeling as the first. Some people love it. Me, not so much. I think it's a bit more cartoony, especially the way that some of the gangs are depicted, but Danny gives it his all.
Woo, you know he did.
We wouldn't get a follow-up film for a few years. The Predator Yautja mythos continued off-screen in comics, video games, and novels. The Alien vs. Predator movies would bring the two franchises together and explore more of the Yautja lore. Then in 2010, we finally got Predators, a sequel that felt like it wanted to drag the franchise back to its sweaty survival horror roots. This time we follow a group of killers and soldiers dropped onto an alien game preserve, basically the Predator's own twisted summer camp. It understood the dread, the paranoia, That feeling that no matter how badass you think you are, you're just another trophy on somebody else's wall. I saw it in theaters and I liked it a lot. Then 2018 rolled around and we got The Predator, a movie that felt like it had an identity crisis the entire bus ride to set. I didn't go out to see this one. I caught it on streaming in its entirety just a few days ago. I started watching it a few years ago and then fell asleep or something. I don't remember. The movie wanted to be funny, gory, action-packed, and somehow heartfelt all at once, like a Predator smoothie with too many ingredients thrown in because someone panicked. I rolled my eyes many times at the dry attempts at humor and levity.
Would you shut the fuck up?
Shane Black is such a great director. I wonder what went wrong here. Maybe some studio meddling? Not too sure. There are moments where you can see the bones of a cool idea. Bigger predators, human experimentation, the Shane Black snappiness, but it all gets buried under quips and chaos. And that ending, the Hail Mary for a sequel that looked to lean into the superhero fad, a literal predator killer high-tech Iron Man-esque supersuit? Hell nah. Hell nah to the nah nah nah. Hell to the nah.
Oh shit, it's got a name.
Name? What name?
I guess you call it the Predator Killer.
I did like that they tried to take the franchise into a new direction with a new, scarier Predator, but essentially they killed off the original. They killed off a guy in a Predator suit and then replaced him with a CGI Predator. It seemed more of like a killing the old and embracing the new, but not with any tact. Just a lot of hubris. Then a few years later, we got Prey, which dropped in 2022 and restored all my faith in this franchise. This movie stripped everything back to the core. We got a lone warrior, a hostile environment, and a creature that sees us as nothing more than a warm-up exercise. The inversion this time is that it takes place in the past. Naru, a Native American, embarks on a journey that hits the perfect blend of grounded survival horror and mythic tension. It felt like the Predator was scary again, not because it was bigger or flashier, but because it killed characters we cared about, characters we can be scared for. Prey didn't just respect the original, it understood the assignment better than half the franchise. And the monster was a guy in a suit. It looked amazing. It wasn't just another CGI blob. This would be the first Predator movie under Dan Trachtenberg, and I gotta say, he's taken it into a great direction. The next thing they released was Killer of Killers, and it was an extension of the soft reboot we got with Prey. It's an amazing animated feast for the eyes. It showed us what was possible when you take characters you care about and throw them into a predator's sights. Then it took us to their home world. Hell yeah. The animation and action was top-notch, and it gave us what we desperately yearned for in old IPs. Something new, something novel, growth. Now fast forward to present day with Predator Badlands. I went in cautiously. Hollywood has hurt me before, but I left elated, excited about the sequel, and the theater full of jaded New Yorkers I saw the movie with clapped when the credits rolled. And I joined in. The franchise is in good hands with Dan the man. Well, the redesign of the Predator makes sense in the context of the story, but it also solves the problem of fixing how ridiculous some of those Predator heads looked in older movies. Go back and look. Some of those heads look huge as heck. Nothing beats the original design as far as otherworldliness, but those heads look cumbersome and disproportionate for those poor stunt actors. Good job though, guys. And I'm glad they found a solution that looks right on screen but still honored the original Predator designs on other Yautja characters in the movie. So yes, there's a new design. The main character's head is smaller, but they still showed love to the old designs. I saw a lot of discourse online saying that this character is weaker or woke or whatever. That's not the case. This character is a badass. The characterization of the main character Deck, what I'd say is the most important thing to get right, respects the legacy of the monster as a badass amongst badasses, and even though he's meant to be a runt, he exudes enough rage, toughness, and tactical prowess to quickly become my favorite Yautja. Sorry, he's great. I fell for the charm, folks. This movie was just the right amount of kick-ass, so much so that I don't care about the changes in the premise. I'm over it. It's old. Give me something new. Yes, they're the best hunters. Yes, humans are their greatest catch. But how many times can we watch that movie? What happens when a Yautja looks in the mirror and asks, who am I? I didn't care until I saw it in action. On paper, the concept of a Yautja with some personal motivations seems asinine. We don't care about Jaws unpacking his deep-seated issues with his dad. We don't wonder if Godzilla's ever deeply considered a career change. We have never asked ourselves, what if what the xenomorph really needed was a friend group to call its own? We don't know what we want until it's in front of us, and here it is. Predator Badlands is badass. Growing up and looking at the monsters that scared us is the best part of adulthood. How many times have you rewatched the movie that terrified you as a kid and realized that man in the rubber suit looked ridiculous? I was afraid of that? A PG-13 romp into an alien world was just what we needed. We didn't need more gore or more red blood. The splash of green gets the job done. And the fight scenes were vivid and entertaining, and not super dark like Alien vs. Predator 2. And to remind you guys, like I said in my Alien video, I do not want to talk about Alien vs. Predator. But I will say, give us more competent action scenes, please, in every action movie. So what have I learned? Well, I learned that things that used to scare us can be awesome when you shine a brighter light on it. They can change. You can learn more about it and, in a sense, grow. It's nice to see a franchise grow with you. As far as the muscle-bound masculine heroes of the excessive 80s and 90s goes, Dick does a better job at keeping up. Not only does he have a moral compass like those guys did, but he understands he doesn't have to be a one-man army. He could be so if he wanted to, but sometimes having someone fight beside you can make all the difference. Maybe the real monsters were the friends we made along the way. Anyway, that's my story. Thanks for watching, and as always, I see you, I truly see you, and I hope you see me too.